Alright, I know. Before we get into today's video, I want to quickly apologize for not making any long videos as of recently. So, one of the reasons why is I was trying to finish school, because I was only like 2 weeks away from graduating, so I just wanted to just lock in and just finish school and just graduate, which I did. I graduated. Here's a picture for proof I graduated. And when I finished school, I was going to come back and make y'all a video. But literally not a day after I graduated, I got fucking sick. And I'm still sick, so I didn't really want to make a long video since a big factor in my long videos is my voice. And if I'm sick, my voice sounds like shit, and therefore, I don't want to give y'all a fucking half-assed video because my voice sounds shit. But it's been 2 weeks, so I think I kind of owe y'all a video. But we are back, guys, and I got y'all a video. Anyway, finally. So recently, I've been playing The Last of Us for the first time ever in my entire life. If you watch my shorts, then you probably already know that. But recently, as in today, I finished the game. And boy, let me tell you, this might be one of the best games I have ever played for many reasons. And I want to talk about it. So to start off, the version I played is the remake that's on Steam. So for the people that'll probably get mad at me for not playing the original PlayStation 3 version, I'm sorry, but I don't have a PlayStation 3. Anyways, let's talk about the things I didn't like first, since that list is a lot smaller and more nitpicky. So first off on the list of things I didn't like about the game is the bow mechanics. I made a short/TikTok on a part of the game where you're playing as Ellie and you have to chase a deer around using a bow. And this is, funny enough, one of the hardest sections of the game that I've struggled with for some reason. When I see playthroughs, I've noticed that people really did not struggle with this part, and they got stuck on another section of the game. But for me, this is the section of the game that I was stuck on the longest. It took me a solid 10 to 15 minutes just to hit that deer a single time. Nailed him! There's my deer. With the bow and arrow. I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. And it was starting to aggravate me, but I eventually got it after, 10 to 15 minutes. And the problem that I have with the bow is the sway of the bow is horrendous. Line up the shot. Line up the shot. Oh my god. We're not lining it up. Ugh! God damn it, that wasn't even close! It is almost impossible to keep the bow still to line up a shot, and it's honestly mostly why I never really used the bow in my first playthrough, unless I only had arrows and only had a bow. Another thing I didn't like about the game was the serious lack of duct tape in the entire game. I played on moderate. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a bitch. Let me play on moderate. And I was finding a lot of every other material like rags, alcohol, sugar, nails, scissors. I was finding a lot of other shit, but duct tape. And it was annoying because I would search a room and find everything 3 times over except some fuck-ass duct tape. Like, dude, please, game, just give me some duct tape. I want to upgrade my pipe. Please, I want to upgrade my pipe. And the last thing I found wrong with the game is when Ellie gets captured by David and his weird group of cannibals, Joel was injured during this time. Like, badly injured. And he's been sitting in some freezing-ass garage for I don't know how long, but he's clearly not doing so hot. Like, he's barely awake and alive, but the next day, he's up and running around beating people's heads in with bricks. But you know what? That's just a minor nitpick, because I love Joel. Alright, he's the GOAT. Now, on to the things I love about the game. First off, the combat. The combat is amazing, phenomenal, chef's kiss. Mwah. The gunplay is great. I think it's kind of realistic enough for it to actually be good, if that made any sense. And, the physical combat. Something I did a lot while playing the game is just throwing hands with everybody. I love beating the shit out of people. That and picking up a brick and bashing a clicker's head in. Dude, it's so satisfying, y'all don't even understand how much I love physical violence. I also love how the game makes you be careful and be scarce with your ammo, because you can't carry a whole lot of ammo, and if you miss any shots, damn, That sucks. You probably won't see another bullet for that same gun for another fucking 30 minutes. That's also another reason why I always was throwing hands with clickers. Next up is the story. This honestly might be one of the best story games I've played. I've never gotten so wrapped up in a game's story since I played Red Dead 2 a few years ago. And oh my god, that game was a masterpiece. But we're not here to talk about Red Dead 2. I love the character development between Ellie and Joel. The father and daughter dynamic was amazing between these two, and it makes me wish that Tess didn't die, so she could have gotten to be with Ellie longer, because outside of Joel, Tess was my favorite character, and I was sad that she died. I like how we as the player grow alongside the two characters, because we know just as much about Joel and Ellie as they do, and that's another reason why the story for The Last of Us is so good, because if we went into the story like as Joel, knowing everything about Joel, it wouldn't have been as investing. Last but not least is the ending. The ending to the game, in my opinion, is amazing. I loved the ending to the game. And I know the ending is a very selfish ending on Joel's part. I get it. They could have made a cure for the cordyceps. But if you were Joel in this situation, you would have done the same thing. Seeing your daughter, or basically someone that is like your daughter, you would do the same thing. You wouldn't let them do that. At least the average human being wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I could never. This game is phenomenal. I'm very excited to play Part 2, because I just bought Part 2. I've yet to even boot up the game. It's actually still installing as I'm recording this. I might replay the first game a lot because, there's a bunch of extra shit like New Game Plus, speedrun mode, permadeath, a lot of interesting things to make another playthrough fun. So I'm probably going to replay the first game a bunch more times. But so far, I've only done one solid playthrough on moderate difficulty of the game. And oh my god, it's one of my favorite games ever. I'm just gonna lock that in. This is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to play Part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't played The Last of Us, please do yourself a favor and play it. Anyways, make sure to drop a fat subscribe, and I will see you guys later.